You heard the man. Good evening, folks, and happy Friday. It is 11/21/25. Blazed and Confused is going to bring you some daily news. That's actually what I wanted my channel to be, but apparently there must be a whole lot of daily news or something. Maybe somebody has a lockdown on daily news, which you might find this as a surprise. I'm not really a news anchor. I'm just a knucklehead who likes to get blazed and read through ridiculous news stories that I find interesting and want to share with you, my 5 subscribers. I think 2 of those subscribers are myself, but the fact of the matter is, with this daylight saving time going on and it getting dark at 5 o'clock, I had to find something to do because I have a hard time sitting around watching TV for too awful long. And I watch YouTube pretty much anytime I get a chance, but I feel like my algorithm is so jacked up that I kind of feel like I've watched the same thing over and over again. So anyway, with all that being said, one of my subscribers is my mama bear, and she actually sent me over a couple stories today that she thought I might find interesting. So I figured I would share them with you. And if you guys out there want to hit that like and subscribe button, I would appreciate it. And if you have news stories that you would like me to share on here, my email is in the description. Now, just kind of quickly, I don't normally read through these stories. I usually catch the headlines and then I read them through with you live. So you'll have to forgive me if I say words wrong or forget words or switch words around. I do apologize. For the most part, I'm just kind of winging it.
Come on, son.
So let's jump into this story, folks. And I'm not trying to poke fun at these stories. I find them interesting. I find them interesting that things like this happens. Stories like these happen. But this one here that we're going to talk about today, student mauled to death by wolves in brutal attack after ignoring call for help. That already doesn't sound very good. And I guess this is the fella here. A university student was brutally killed by a pack of wolves during a walk, despite being warned by a colleague not to venture out. 22-year-old Kenton Carnegie was participating in a geological survey program in Points North Landing, Canada, as part of his university replacement when the horrifying incident occurred. All right, so, let's digest that real quick. If somebody warns you that there's wolves out there, look, if there's one animal I would be terrified of, because it's usually not just one, it says it right there, pack of wolves. There's normally quite a few wolves, and I don't think you're just going to be able to give them a dog treat. And, you're going to become buddies with them. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Dances with Wolves was all fabricated.
What are you even saying, man?
But I digress. On November 8th, 2005, he decided to take a stroll by the lake to go look at the rocks in the bay. Okay, so this, I guess, happened in 2005. I didn't realize that. Like I said, I'm reading this right now with you guys. I see the headlines and I feel like, yep, that's something I want to dive into. Todd Skarvkov Poof, something or another, a bush pilot, reportedly cautioned him against leaving the camp and even invited him to play hockey in the airport's hangar instead. But Kenton was undeterred. Should have played some hockey, guy. About a mile from the camp, a wolf appeared and started following him through the snow. Upon noticing the wolf, Kenton quickened his pace, but two more wolves joined the pursuit, and the pack initiated their attack. The animals knocked him down, and although he tried to fight back, his efforts were futile. When Kenton didn't return that evening, the camp initiated a search and found his tracks leading to the lake. They eventually discovered his body, surrounded by wolf tracks. It comes after a man suffered the worst death imaginable that left his corpse trapped in one place forever. Now, I think that might be another story there, but anyway, Rosalie Tisani, the province's north coroner, was summoned to the scene of Kenton's brutal killing to assist with moving his body. She recounted the chilling experience to CBS News.
It's fake news!
We were cleaning up and taking care of the young man when we started to hear them wolves, them howl. And it was just too close for comfort for me. Yeah, me too. It felt as if I would reach over and touch the one to my left. It just seemed like it was close, and I could hear the rest, and it sounded like 4 or 5 of them, like calling each other. Yeah, again, folks, these wolves, they travel in packs, and I think we're all just, some of us, folks, I mean, I see these people at Yellowstone all the time, like getting knocked around by bison and moose.
Come on, son.
Like you guys watch too much Steve Irwin, okay? And I loved Steve Irwin. I absolutely did. It didn't happen like I thought it was going to happen, but I knew eventually one of these animals was going to go ahead and get them and set them down. These are wild animals, folks. I have 3 cats and they're all feral. And let me tell you, the first couple of weeks of them little feral kittens being around, they were mean and they were only about 1.5 pounds. So,
What are you even saying, man?
I highly doubt anybody needs to be out there running around with packs of wolves. Okay? It just doesn't seem smart. Wildlife officers from the Environment Department shot 2 wolves 3 days following his death. A post-mortem examination later discovered fragments of hair and other material in their stomachs, which could potentially have originated from a human. Yeah, probably Kenton here. One of the animals was described as muscular and weighing approximately 46 kilograms. Hold that thought for a minute. Hey Siri, how many pounds is 46 kilograms?
46 kilograms is 101.41 pounds.
Gee, mini Christmas, 141 pounds.
Blazed and confused is fake news!
Come on, son.
That's a big anything. That's a big anything, folks. That's a big wolf. And let me tell you, I would not want to come. I wouldn't want to come in contact with just that one wolf, much less 4 or 5 of his friends, like we see here. No, no, sir. No, thank you. Anyway, in a heartfelt tribute, Kenton's father shared, he was the kind of kid that when he sat down at the TV, he would be flicking the channels all the time and doing a puzzle at the same time. He was just a dynamic kid, but a very sensitive kid. Though, too, a very sensitive kid. Huh? Well, look, I hear what you're saying, but the kid probably should have listened to the bush pilot there that said, come play hockey. You don't just go running around out in the wilderness where there's wolves and bears. I mean, look, we did a story yesterday about a lady getting attacked and unalived by a deer. Okay? A deer. You don't go playing around out in the wilderness of Canada.
Come on, son.
Anyway, it comes after a separate incident where a group of schoolboys Oh, what the shit? I didn't see that coming. I probably should have just left that last part out, folks. I don't want to get into that kind of gruesome stuff. And if I haven't already kind of given you the moral of this story, folks, the moral of this story is if you are in the wilderness of Canada, or I would say anywhere that there are wolves and bears and whatever else might be out there. I mean, at this point, after yesterday, even deer. You're going to have to be careful of deer, folks. You ought to listen to the people who are around you that maybe understand that these wolves are vicious animals that you're not going to be able to give a dog treat to. And in the hopes that they are going to, hang around with you while you're looking for rocks. I absolutely feel bad for this kid and his family. And again, I guess this happened in 2005. It's been a long time ago. But yikes. Yikes. Yeah, I just don't think, I don't really think I want to put myself in a situation where rocks are more important than my life. So I'm just going to do my best to avoid situations like that. Okay, so that is story number one. I do have at least one more story, if not three more stories. I think the next one that we are going to talk about is Georgia police chief arrested on stalking charges after hours after announcing retirement. So, yeah, I don't know if he retired because he was stalking somebody or if the stalking led to retirement or however that went down. But we are going to get into that story next, folks. So hang with me here, and we will be right back with story number two.
Blazed and confused is fake news!
Come on, son.
All right, folks. Welcome back for story number two. If you made it this far, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button there at the bottom, and maybe I'll get more than 5 subscribers by the end of the week. But if not, to my loyal 5 subscribers, here we go with story 2. We were going to do one about a sheriff stalking somebody and retiring or something to that degree. Not sure if my dog's tromping around the house or interfering with the sound, but if so, I guess you'll have to deal with that. Anyway, 10,000 shark fins worth over $11 million seized in major wildlife trafficking bust in Peru. Here we go, folks. Another wildlife trafficking bust, this time in Peru. U.S. authorities have assisted the Peruvian government in seizing an estimated 10,000 individual shark fins destined for China, one of the largest wildlife trafficking operations in Latin American history. Well, you got to find a bunch of sharks to get that many. 10,000 for sure.
Come on, son.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot. The bust on November 10th at an industrial port outside of Lima led to the arrest of 3 men tied to a transnational criminal network involved in illegal fishing and wildlife smuggling, according to the United States Fish and Wildlife Services. This must be just where do you go? Do you go somewhere and sign up to do this?
You gotta be bat shit crazy.
It seems to be a thing. There's a lot of people doing it, folks. I'm just saying. Is there an application you fill out to be a wildlife smuggler? That's a lot of fins. The cruelty behind the shark fin trade is well documented. Shark fins, or shark finning, often involves slicing fins off live sharks and discarding the mutilated animals back into the ocean where they die from blood loss, suffocation, or predators.
You gotta be bat shit crazy.
The practice is banned in many countries, but persists due to weak enforcement and high profits. Gee, many Christmas. Who has hurt you that you want to become the guy that's going out here and finning these sharks? Now, look, I get it. I saw Jaws. I'm not sure that sharks are that friendly,
Come on, son.
but I don't know that that's very cool at all. And they might need to get some sort of a, I don't know, military or something to keep an eye out for these folks doing this stuff. Shark fins are prized in China cuisine, particularly for shark fin soup, which is associated with status and celebration. According to the nonprofit Shark Stewards, it's a dish that can sell for $100 a bowl and continue to drive a lucrative black market. So basically, in China, the you know the rich and famous and powerful can pretty much just do whatever they want, and they don't really care what we think about it. But I digress. Whew. Despite growing awareness and some regulatory crackdowns, the global demand for shark fins remains strong. The United Nations estimates the illegal wildlife trade generates up to 20 billion annually, rivaling the drug and arms trade in scale and sophistication.
What are you even saying, man?
Gee, many Christmas, folks. We live in such a weird world. Such a weird world. The $1 billion fin and meat trade is driving the extinction of iconic shark and ray species. Now more than ever, critical action must be taken before it's too late. Luke Warwick, director of shark and ray conservations for the Wildlife Conservation Society, told CBS, say that 5 times fast, folks. The operation was led by Peru's Organized Crime Investigation Division on the environmental, whatever. The fins, valued at more than 11.2 million, were sourced from threatened species including blue sharks, pelagic thresher sharks, and common thresher sharks. Don't know that I know what those are, but doesn't really matter.
Blazed and confused is fake news!
Authorities say the criminal network purchased fins from Ecuadorian fishermen and laundered them through falsified documents claiming the catch originated in Peruvian waters. Once dried and stored in Callao, Peru, outside Lima, the fins were prepared for export to China. Gee, many Christmas. There's a lot of bags of fins. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, in close partnership with the Peruvian National Police, is taking decisive action to dismantle the illegal shark fin trade. Together, we are committed to protecting sharks and preserving the health of our oceans for future generations. Doug Alt, Assistant Director of the Office of Law Enforcement at the USFWS, told CBS News. Whew. It's like, all right, I'm not sure what happened there. Everything shut down for a second, but anyways, I think the moral of this story is that you could probably make some money being a fisherman in Peru.
Come on, son.
You gotta be bat shit crazy.
I'm just kidding. I really am. It's kind of like you got to laugh not to cry. I feel like that there's like so many problems that we could be addressing out here, and there's a lot of this wildlife stuff going on that's pretty wild. I mean, again, I don't even know how you get it, what kind of back room did you walk into to find yourself doing that for a living? But I think the sad part is that it's all about money. People are making a lot of money doing it. And there's probably a lot of poor people willing to do it because they're going to make a lot of money doing it, and their family's more important than them sharks. So I think that might be the last of this story that we're going to talk about. I hope that we can figure out a way to kind of minimize this as much as possible before we completely ruin the oceans and everything else. But that one there got a little bit deeper than I thought it was going to. And it's going to wind down this episode of Blazed and Confused brings you the news. I will probably be at the Rated R Ranch tomorrow. I've got some stuff I need to get burned out and out of the way so I can continue opening up things down there. But I may find some time to do another one of these episodes over the weekend. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. Be safe out there. I appreciate you watching, and we will catch you next time.
Blazed and confused